PlayStation Plus February games and collection leaving soon, new firmware update brings Discord to PS5, PS5 and God of War Ragnarok massive success, Wolverine aiming for 2024 launch and mature rating, all that and more in today's PlayStation news. Let's get to them. PlayStation Plus February games and collection leaving soon. Sony has announced the PlayStation Plus games for February available from February 7 to March 6. All the games that got leaked were correct, including Oli Oli World for PS4 and PS5, Evil Dead the Game for PS4 and PS5, Destiny 2 Beyond Light for PS4 and PS5, and Mafia Definitive Edition for PS4. As I mentioned when these games leaked, it's a great month, and you guys agree according to our most recent poll in the community tab. Besides that, Sony has announced the PlayStation Plus collection that was offered when PS5 launched will be leaving on May 9. So if you haven't claimed any of the games, this is your last chance to get them. That collection includes Bloodborne, Days Gone, Detroit Become Human, God of War, Monster Hunter World, Infamous Second Son, Ratchet & Clank, The Last Guardian, The Last of Us Remastered, Mortal Kombat X, Until Dawn, Uncharted 4: A Thief's End, Batman Arkham Knight, Battlefield 1, Resident Evil 7, Call of Duty Black Ops 3 Zombie Chronicles Edition, Crash Bandicoot Trilogy, Fallout 4, and Final Fantasy XV Royal Edition. After Sony revamped PS Plus, they kept this collection as a benefit to PS Plus Essential users on PS5, and while most of the games there are part of the game catalog or could be part of it later, it's better to add them to your library as they will remain in your account as long as you are subscribed, unlike catalog games which can no longer be accessed after they leave. What do you think about the February monthly lineup and the collection leaving soon? Share your thoughts in the comments. New firmware update brings Discord to PS5. Sony has announced the next firmware update for PS5, adding the long-awaited Discord feature to the console. The new feature will allow you to quickly join Discord voice chats on PS5 to chat with friends across devices. It requires you to link both accounts, and after setting up a Discord voice chat on your PC or mobile, you can transfer it to the console. Besides that, the firmware update adds VRR support for 1440p resolution on compatible displays, the option to manually upload the screenshots or clips to the app, game library enhancements, an easier PS4 to PS5 save data migration, the option to update DualSense wirelessly, and a lot more. The new firmware update has rolled out as beta to users from the US, Canada, Japan, UK, Germany, and France that have opted in. And you can expect the final version to release globally in about a month or two, although previous rumors indicated the update was scheduled for March 8. Do you use Discord? What do you think about the new PS5 features? Sound off in the comments. PS5 and God of War Ragnarok massive success. The latest fiscal quarter for Sony has ended with a massive success for the company amid PS5 and God of War Ragnarok sales. The Japanese company managed to move 7.1 million PS5 units ending December 31st, when it only did 3.9 million the year prior. They also registered 112 million monthly active users, with around 30% never owning a previous PlayStation console, so they are converting current PS4 users and attracting new or lapsed users to PS5. Sony CFO Hiroki Totoki has said that their success in terms of market share is higher in Europe, as it has been for a few years now, but their share in the US has expanded significantly. In terms of revenue, they ended up with around $8.79 billion, which represents a 53% increase and a record for the company and industry. Profits are moderate but still a record with $820 million. Their income was huge in part due to hardware, but still dominated by digital downloads, including first-party titles and microtransactions by over 50%. PlayStation's flagship title for the quarter, God of War Ragnarok, has now sold 11 million copies, with Sony Santa Monica thanking fans for their support on Twitter. As for services, PlayStation Plus subscribers improved by 1 million, going from 45.4 million users in Q2 to 46.4 million in Q3, but still down from the same period in 2021, where they had 47.4 million. Not all is bad news for the service, since despite the lower user numbers, they have earned a record $952 million in revenue, likely due to their new tier model. They are losing subscribers, but those who remain are paying the same or more for the new options. PS5's massive success last quarter means the console has now sold 32.1 million units globally, which places it at the 18th spot of the best-selling consoles, ahead of the Sega Genesis and soon to pass the Nintendo 64. Not bad, this only being the start of its third year in the market. However, the console is still trailing behind what was the popularity of the PS4 at this point by about 5.6 million due to the stock challenge of the past 2 years. That has just ended with Sony's new Live from PS5 campaign, announcing the greatly improved stock of the console in the global markets. Their new goal for Q4 is to sell 6.2 million PS5 units, a number they raised by 1 million given their Q3 success. They now expect to sell a total of 19 million consoles for the whole fiscal year 22. Analyst Daniel Ahmad indicated on Twitter these predictions tell us that the PS5 production is surging past peak PS4 levels, and Sony is confident the demand will remain strong despite normalized supply. This is a huge momentum for Sony and PS5, ahead of an impressive 2023 that has the new DualSense Edge, the upcoming PSVR 2, a rumored PS5 redesign, huge launches such as Resident Evil 4 or Hogwarts Legacy, and exclusives in Spider-Man 2 and Final Fantasy 16. Big congrats to Sony on their amazing success. What do you think about these PlayStation results? And what are you looking forward to the most from PS5 this year? Voice your opinion in the comments. Wolverine aiming for 2024 launch and mature rating. Insomniac is hard at work on both Spider-Man and Wolverine, with the former launching in fall later this year. While we haven't seen much of either game, some rumors indicate what we can expect about the Weapon X game. Insider Jeff Grubb from Giant Bomb has shared that Sony and Insomniac are aiming for fall 2024 to launch the game, but he notes it could get moved to 2025 since you never know with game development. When it does come out, it may do so boosting an M rating, which allows for graphic violence and adult themes. It's something not so usual for licensed games, as they prefer a lower rating that allows them to go for a massive audience. As for gameplay, it said the game won't be an open world, instead follow God of War Ragnarok's approach for a semi-open world where you can jump back and forth between areas. Not much to go with, but that sounds amazing, as an M rating will allow Insomniac to stick to the character themes, and we don't always need full open worlds. We should learn more about it this year, and maybe get a new trailer if that's the release they have for it, whenever they have a showcase planned. What do you think about these Wolverine details? Let us know in the comments. Metal Gear Rising Anniversary Teased. We're still waiting on that rumored Metal Gear showcase, and after a tease from Raiden voice actor Quinton Flynn, the latest update is not as exciting as it was hoped for. Platinum Games has teased the upcoming 10th anniversary of Metal Gear Rising Revengeance on February 21st. That day the developer will reveal new anniversary art to commemorate. You could think this may lead to a remaster announcement, but in reality it seems it will only be a community update with some amazing art to look at. Still, we have the rumors from Area Jugones to go on, which have indicated we could see a Metal Gear Solid remake announced for PS5 in the next few months. Do you think we'll see more Metal Gear games being announced soon? Would you like a Metal Gear Rising remaster? Share with us in the comments. European regulator sends charge sheet on the Microsoft Activision merger. After being long rumored, the European Commission has sent Microsoft a formal list of concerns about their $69 billion Activision acquisition as part of their next phase of the probe. According to Bloomberg sources, the charge sheet lists a series of potential reasons to block the deal if there are no remedies for them. The regulator opened this investigation by saying the Microsoft acquisition may foreclose access to Activision Blizzard's console and PC video games, especially to high-profile and highly successful games. It was followed by a preliminary probe that continued indicating the deal could significantly reduce competition in the markets for the distribution of console and PC video games, including cloud streaming, where Microsoft is already the leader. This charge sheet doesn't mean the deal is approved or denied, but rather Microsoft would have to reply to this with remedies to solve the list of concerns so the Commission can deliberate and give their final decision before or on April 11. If the Commission agrees with Microsoft remedies, it will likely pose a threat to the US FTC's case to block the deal, given one of the 16 big jurisdictions is giving the blessing for the deal to happen. Those are the latest developments on the Microsoft Activision case. Do you think the European Commission approves the deal? Place your bets in the comments. Now let's go for a round of quickfire game news. Now that we just talked about the new Live from PS5 campaign to promote the stock improvement, Sony continues adding PlayStation elements to the real world. After having a huge Leviathan axe appear in the UK, they have set up a huge PS5 in Dubai, Thor's hammer in Belgium, and a Claw Strider in Poland. New DualSense color options have leaked and come from the PlayStation website no less. A user said that after visiting the warranty site and completing their details, it gave the option to pick their controller color, with all 6 currently available, plus metallic grey and metallic red, which have not been announced. Look out for Sony to tell us about them soon. Sony San Diego has announced the collector's edition details for MLB The Show 23, with the iconic Derek Jeter gracing the cover. The Captain Edition gives you a physical PS4 disc with a PS5 code, a limited edition cap, a steelbook, double daily login rewards, and additional digital items. The Digital Deluxe version gives you both PS4 and PS5 versions, plus double daily login rewards and digital extras. Both the Collector and Digital Deluxe come with 4-day early access on March 24. They will start a technical test on February 15 across PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo devices. IGN has gone hands, or rather heads on, with the upcoming Gran Turismo patch that launches with PSVR 2 on February 22nd. The full game is playable in VR, running at 120 FPS, and you can play it with the DualSense or steering wheel setup. According to Ryan McCaffrey, it's one of the must-haves if you are getting PSVR 2. Techland has detailed its upcoming support for Dying Light 2, celebrating the game's first anniversary. They will have several in-game events, new skins from characters of the original game, improved matchmaking and dynamic competitions for co-op, cross-gen support, lay-in levels with more options to level up, and a lot more. Devolver Digital and Flying Wild Hog have announced Shadow Warrior 3 Definitive Edition for PS5 launching on February 16, a free upgrade if you own the PS4 version. The game will now support 60 FPS and 4K modes, besides adding New Game Plus and a survival mode. Ahead of the new Resident Evil 4 Remake launching in March, Capcom has updated its Platinum titles ranking to reveal that Resident Evil 4 Remake has now sold 11.2 million copies, up from 10 million that had as of July 2022. This places the game as number 4 in the Platinum ranking, behind Resident Evil 7 by about 500,000 units. CD Projekt Red has finally released the patch for The Witcher 3 on PS5. Patch 4.01 comes at 2.7 gigs and improves overall performance in ray tracing, besides fixing multiple bugs including quests and one that resets your option settings. Omega Force has announced their future plans for Wild Hearts, their Monster Hunter-like game developed in partnership with Koei Tecmo and EA. All the game's post-launch content will be entirely free, with new monsters to hunt. The game won't have any microtransactions and doesn't require being online, so you can play solo. It will also offer two settings to play with: performance at 1080p 60 FPS and quality with 4K 30 FPS. Turtle Rock Studios has announced they are ending post-launch development on Back 4 Blood after launching 3 DLCs. In a Twitter message they said they are a pretty small studio to work on AAA games, and they had a lot of people working on Back 4 Blood besides another game, so they are fully focusing on their next big thing. And those are the PlayStation stories for today. What are your thoughts on them? Share them in the comments below, let me know your feedback by liking or disliking this video, check out other videos you may enjoy while you're here, and consider subscribing for more on PlayStation. Thank you so much for watching, my name is Joseph, this is Hype for Games, and let's get hyped!